Hey guys! Okay, so I asked you what you wanted to see between my lipstick collection and my palette collection, and the palettes won. I will be filming my lipstick collection probably next week. I have a lot of lipstick. I'm a makeup junkie. Let's be real, but I'm a lipstick junkie for sure. So I have a ton of drugstore and a ton of high-end lipsticks that I love. So I will be filming a video next week probably on my absolute favorites, about the ones that I have in my collection that I just don't love and just haven't gotten rid of yet. But today we're going to go through my palettes. Now I am including my little quads like this as well, just because I don't have a ton of palettes, but I do have a ton of quads too, so we're just going to talk about all of them. We're going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with drugstore first. So I am going to include this Ulta Complete Eye, not a quad because there's 5, so this eyeshadow palette. This was the birthday gift that they gave you if you're subscribed to their emails and stuff, and it's just actually, this is a really pretty little palette. I love this. I use it a lot. There's such beautiful shades in there. Warm tone, cool toned, all neutrals. Beautiful. It's called Indie is the name of this palette. I'm not going to swatch all of them, but I might swatch a few from each one, or not from each one, but from my favorites. The next one is my Revlon Colorstay in Moonlit, and this was actually my show choir palette from last year, so that's that one. Another neutral tone. You will notice a trend with my eyeshadow palettes. This one, the top broke off, but this is another Revlon. This is Colorstay. This is like their old packaging. This is in Blushed Wines. Now this one's one of my absolute favorite eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore. It's gorgeous. I just love it. I can't get the top on though, so you know, that's great. The next two that I have are from Beauty Control. Now these actually used to be in my mom's, and then she gave them to me. This first one is called Drama Queen, and it's all purple shadows. And then this one is called Champagne and Caviar. And I loved this one too. It's got, all of them are shimmer shades. These two are my favorite. There's a vanilla and there's a peach, and then a shimmer black shade. Now we're going into all of my e.l.f. eyeshadows. So we'll start with the quads first. This one is called Luxe, and it's like, I think it's one of their, it's their brightening eye color, one of their just little like $1 quads. This was actually VA 2015's eyeshadow palette. I got it in like a little free free gift. If you spent so much, you got a free gift, and that was in it. I actually don't use it, but I still have it. This is one of my favorite e.l.f. quads, and it is in Tantalizing Taupe, and this is what it is. Again, more neutrals. And then I do have 3 more e.l.f. quads that I don't love at all. Or, well, 2 of them are nice, 1 of them is terrible. So I got this palette. This is in Sea Escape, and it sucks. It does not blend. It is one of the worst palettes I have ever used. I only keep it for the purpose of maybe using it for, like, Halloween makeup. I'm not joking. So this one is really bad, don't get it. This one is in Happy Hour, and this is impossible to open. Alright, it's not that important, you can kind of see it. So there's just a vanilla, a purple, and then 2 brown shades in there. That one's pretty, not my favorite. And then this one I actually really liked. It's Golden Goddess, and so it's just a bunch of really bronzy shades, all shimmer. Really pretty. Don't use it, but it's pretty. And then I have e.l.f. Prism eyeshadow in Naked. So it's just all of these shimmer shades. If you watch Kathleen Lights, she talks about these a lot. These are gorgeous. Let me show you a little swatch of 3 of them. So they are super shimmery, and like ridiculously pigmented, Then I have two 18-piece geometric shaped eyeshadow palettes. Count them, 2. I have this one in Go1, and I'm guessing this one is Go2. I'm not sure, the sticker came off. But this one is definitely a more day-to-day palette. These are all pretty purple shades, browns, and then darker grays and blacks. The blacks are not very pigmented. And then this one has blues in the middle, browns, and then grays and blacks as well. Those are nice. You don't need them, but they're nice. And then I have this big e.l.f. palette. It doesn't have its sticker on this one either, but it has like all of my favorite colors in it because it's a neutral palette. As you can tell, I do have some favorites over here, but this palette is beautiful as well. I'll swatch my favorites. If I can even get my finger in there to show you. I would do like this pink eyeshadow look pretty much every single day with this palette. Those are some of my favorites. Oh, they look really light on camera. They are pretty light too, but they're really pigmented and blend really well and are just really pretty. So that is all I've got for drugstore, and now we'll move on to high-end. So I'll just go brand to brand. So the first one that I've got right here is a Sephora palette, and this is Primal Instincts. So that's what the back looks like. And it's just one of their palettes. I don't know if they've got this one anymore or not. But these are the shades in it. They're all shimmer except for these two here on the end. We've got a brown and a black. Sorry, I'll do this. We've got a brown right here and a black right here. These are matte, the rest are shimmer. These are really pretty when you wet down the brush first. I found that for me personally, I really do need to wet down the brush, otherwise they're not super pigmented. They are kind of chalky. The gold in here is really, really pretty. Like, look at that. That's beautiful. But that's what those look like. And those are actually really pigmented on their own. I just like find that when I blend some of them out, I prefer, you know, to wet my brush. The gold doesn't need to be wet. Like this brown one that I picked up, I would use that one wet. And then I've got the Lorac Pro Palette. This is the Lorac Pro Palette number 2. And that's what it looks like. Honestly, I was really, really disappointed with this palette. I got it for these shades, this group of 8 here on the end, just because they're really, really, like, so different from what I have in my collection. I don't have any, like, super crazy navy. I don't have any green shadow. I've got one now, or I've got a few now, but I didn't before, and so then that's the whole reason why I even bought this palette. And they don't, the navy blends horribly. The jade is really pretty. I mean, honestly, the only one in this palette that I don't love is the navy. I mean, you can see just how much of a mess it made on the palette. And I was just really, really disappointed. But if I completely forget that I bought this for that navy shade, it's a wonderful palette. These neutral shades over here are all beautiful. Some of them are harder to blend, like these matte shades. So the entire top row is matte and the bottom row is shimmer. The matte shades are hard for me to blend personally. I know not everybody has issues with it, but I do. And I'm not sure why. I don't reach for this as often as I thought I would, which is disappointing. That's $42. I really wish that I had spent it on the first one or even saved it and spent it on the Urban Decay Smoky palette. Okay, so moving on, I have this Makeup Forever quad that I got in the 50 Shades of Grey palette, or in the 50 Shades of Grey box or whatever that they had when that movie came out. So this has 4 artist eyeshadows in it. The first one is I-514, which I believe I believe is this one. This is I-514, which is just this beautiful vanilla shimmer shade. I absolutely love this. They're all beautiful, super pigmented, really, really creamy. So that's that one. I mean, just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And then we've got ME612, which is this brown caramely taupe color. I don't even know. But it's gorgeous. I mean, these are so pigmented, guys. They're gorgeous. These three are shimmers. This one's a matte, and the matte one is S556, and this is like a cool toned gray, brown gray. This one isn't as pigmented, but it's like the perfect transition shade, so I really enjoy it. And then this last one, I believe, is I628, which is like a shimmery olive green, which is just beautiful. So let's go ahead and go into Urban Decay. I have all of the Naked palettes except for the Smoky palette, which I really, really, really want. So we'll go ahead and start with the Basics palette. So I've got the Naked Basics and the Naked 2 Basics. The Naked Basics is my favorite, obviously. This one I've hit pan on. It's completely gone. That's Venus, and it was a shimmery white shade. I would use Venus, and then Foxy here, the yellow one, as my under eye setting powder for my concealer. But it's full of beautiful warm shades, perfect transition shades too. Alright, this is the Naked 2 Basics. As you can tell, I've barely even used it. This is full of a lot of transition shades, so if you want a palette that's specifically your transition shades for, you know, all of the different looks that you want to create, this is definitely a good buy for you. You know, I really need to pull it down more often, but I just don't. But that's okay. These are both $29, I believe. $29. Then we've got the Naked on the Run, Urban Decay Naked on the Run. And it's like, I don't know if they still sell it or not, but it comes with a bunch of stuff. So it has this giant mirror. Look at, oh. So it has this giant mirror. It has 5 eyeshadows, a bronzer, a blush, a highlight, lip gloss, eyeliner, and a mascara, which I actually need to take these out so that I'd actually, you know, use them. The eyeshadows are Dive, Fix, Resist, Dare, Stun, and then the highlight shade is 50/50. So there's 2 mattes, 3 shimmers, the bronzer, and the blush. Now, and then the highlight is a shimmer too, so 4 shimmers. These two are really, really glittery. Super pigmented and gorgeous, just like every, you know, Naked palette is. You know, Urban Decay just always does such a beautiful job. And then we've got the other shimmer and then the highlight right there. Okay, so then that is it for the Naked on the Run palette. Now for my Naked palette, everybody knows about this one. It comes with a brush, and then it's in like the same kind of packaging as the Lorac palette, which is awesome because then I can fold it back, which I love. I love every single shade in this palette. It is one of my absolute go-to ride or dies. Just obsessed. Naked, $54. All of the Naked palettes are, all of the Naked palettes are $54. My Naked 2 palette, oh, this does kind of fold back. Cool. Okay, so it comes in the harder case that snaps. It comes with a double-ended brush, fluffy on one side, flat on the other, fluffy. And then this one, of course, is just beautiful. Half Baked, of course, is in there again. Gorgeous shade. Booty Call is beautiful as a highlight. I love Suspect. It's kind of like that gray toned silver. Just absolute beautiful shades in this palette. And then my Naked 3 palette, of course, as well. Very similar. Actually, I think this is the same brush. Fluffy. Ooh, it's got some product in there, and then flat. And then of course this is their like rose gold toned palette. So I actually have only used this a few times. So then those are all of my Urban Decay ones. I don't have any of their like electric palettes or anything. At least not yet. I really, really want to get them because they're gorgeous. But yeah, so that's it for Urban Decay. I am going to include the blush palette from Morphe just because it is a palette, even though it's not eyeshadow. It is beautiful. These two right here are my favorite. This is very peach and this is very pink, and they're just beautiful for like a really nice flush. This one's gorgeous when I want a little bit of a sparkle and more of a glow as opposed to just like bathing myself with champagne pop, which I still do when I wear this one. This one is like a hot pink, which I have to use really lightly, but it's still pretty. These two I love when I'm barely wearing any makeup. This one I'm scared of, and then these two are nice when I've got a deeper contour on. Then, of course, we've got my absolute favorite, which is my Jaclyn Hill's Favorite Palette by Morphe. This one is not available on their website anymore. It is still available at their store in California if you want to go out there and get it for yourself. I bought mine on eBay because I wasn't smart and didn't know that that it launched the first time, missed it, found out about it. They launched a second time, missed it, found out that I had missed that one again too. And then they stopped selling them on their website. After that, that was it for their website. You can, like I said, you can still get this in their store, or you can pay $80 on eBay like I did. Yeah, $80. Which in my opinion, it's totally worth it. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. I should have just paid attention and gotten this when it launched again. So this is my favorite. Obviously, you can see I've hit pan on a lot of these warm transition shades, of course. They're my absolute favorite. I do have them all numbered out up here. I saw somebody had posted a cheat sheet on Twitter or somewhere with the numbers, so then when my pans ran out, I could buy the individual pan. As you can see, I'm missing one. I do have it sitting up here. Let me show you. The pan fell out when I first got the palette, and it shattered. You can kind of see. Oh yeah, you can see it's shattered. And I just don't have any, I don't have any like alcohol, like rubbing alcohol to put in it to fix it. But when I get some, then I can fix it, and then I can just stick a magnet in here and put it back in, or super glue or something. But this is obviously, I mean, just love this palette. Some shadows that I've really been loving that aren't my transition shades. We've got this one that I actually used all over my lid today, which you will see in the tutorial for this look that I have already filmed and is probably up by now because I'm going to put it up before I put this one up. Then we've got this next one, which is just a little peachier than that. We've got this like silver brown one that's just, that's my favorite one, I think. And then this one that's more of like a red brown shimmer. Any of these all over your lid with just like a bunch of transition shades to blend it out and smoke it out. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. But then this one is their 35B one of their Color Glam palettes. I have not played with this one yet. I'm not going to even lie to you guys. Like, I keep on like looking at it and going, oh, I'm going to play with it. I'm going to play with it. And then I don't. That's a lie. I've played with it once, and it was with these blue shades when I was trying to, gosh, I've got the hiccups. When I was trying to replicate Jaclyn Hill's Bold and Blue tutorial, just to try it on my own and see. And it turned out pretty well. I definitely need to practice it more before I could try to wear it, but I'm also just not like a blue, I can't really pull off like blue all over my lid. It just looks really like clowny. It's still a really fun palette just to have, to be able to play with, so I do want to play with it more and share those looks with you guys. I will show you two of my favorites in here, which are these two. So we've got like that. It's really similar to one that's in the Jaclyn Hill palette, but it's not the same. Just like a cool toned purple brownie shimmer, gorgeous taupey gray. I don't even know, just beautiful. And then I love this blue. It is so freaking intense. Like, look at that. It is insanely blue. It is like electric blue. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, so pretty. I really love that, so I want to do something with that blue just because I feel like that would be really, really fun. And I really need to branch out and do some like crazy looks. So I am looking forward to coming up with something with that. And that is it, guys. So that's it for this palette collection, guys. I really hope you enjoyed seeing my favorites, the ones that I've loved, the ones that you know, are okay, some good drugstore ones, some good high-end ones. Now, honestly, like, I am so picky when it comes to buying makeup, so the stuff that I have, for the most part, I'm in love with, because I go to the store over and over again and play with it continuously until I, like, am for sure that I want to buy it. So, yeah. Oh, this Morphe palette, the Color Glam, I believe all of their palettes are $45. You do get 35 shadows, though. Like, let me just compare for you real quick. This is 54. This is 44. 44, 54, 44, 54. And honestly, I mean, you obviously can't even compare. Well, I mean, you can, because the Naked Shadow or the Urban Decay shadows are amazing, but the Morphe shadows, I think, are just as good. I mean, they feel like high quality, like insanely high quality, just like, they feel like expensive shadows, and they look and blend like expensive shadows. And I mean, $45 for an eyeshadow palette is a lot, but when you're getting 35 eyeshadows that I'm sure are like a gram each, like, that's a lot. That is a lot. I'm sure it's even more than a gram. I don't know, but that's amazing. Like, that is such a good deal. Like, it's a steal. It's a steal. And on Haute Look, the palettes are $15, and they're almost always on sale on Morphe's website. Usually, I will see them for like $22, like $30, or something like that. Something around that price range for 35 freaking shadows that are all gorgeous and super, super, super high quality. Would 100% recommend you getting at least one Morphe Brushes palette. I do have 2 more coming in, and so I will film using those 2, just so you can see them, because they're so pretty. I want every single one that they sell, but of course the ones that are like the most popular are always sold out when I want to buy them. So someday, not today, but someday. But yeah, so that is it. I really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite palettes are if I don't already own them, and I'll have to check them out the next time I'm at Sephora and play around with them and see if maybe that's something that I would like, or even see like, oh my gosh, that's something I've been looking at. You love it too? Okay, I'm gonna have to get it then, because let's be honest, that's usually how I make the majority of my makeup decisions. Or I'll just grab it and we'll just go with it anyways. That's how I make a lot of makeup decisions too. I have a problem, and I'm totally okay with admitting that too, so you know. But anyways, so that's it, guys. Again, I will be filming that lipstick collection next week probably. I'll just show you what I've got, and I'll swatch a few of my favorites just like I did today with the eyeshadows. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.